answer your phone. Answer your fucking phone. When someone calls you, especially when you both have plans or you guys are out somewhere where you may get lost, answer your phone. I hate those people that is constantly putting their phones on silent or they have their phones in their pockets. Most people in 2019 have their phones out at all times. If you don't answer your phone, or you're always having it on silent, or you're always letting it ring and you don't answer, it's because you do not want to answer it. You are being lazy and you are being selfish. If someone is calling you, answer your phone. You are not that busy that you can't pick up the phone for 10 seconds and say, okay, I'll be there. But you don't want to do it. That's my PSA for today, because I cannot tell you how many times I've had situations where I had plans with people or we were supposed to do something. So I get ready. I call them. They don't answer. I call them again. They don't answer. Hours pass. I'm in my bed sleep because I'm not going to wait on you all night. If we have plans to do something, answer your phone. If you say that you're going to pick me up somewhere and I am waiting for you, I expect you to answer your phone so I can tell you where I am at. Because if you offer to be my transportation, if you offer to go out somewhere with me, I expect you to be considerate and to answer your phone. Oh, I'm sorry, I had my phone on silent. I have my phone on silent too. I have it on Do Not Disturb. However, I am constantly looking at my phone and I am constantly checking my phone. You're not doing that because you don't want to be bothered. But anyway, I'm going to talk about, or should I say drag, Mr. Christopher Brown. Chris, I don't even know why I am wasting my time on this topic. I try to avoid it because personally I don't give a fuck what this man has to say about black women, dark-skinned women, brown-skinned women, nappy-headed women. I don't care what an abuser thinks of me, what someone who has habitually shown to not care about any black woman of all shades and all admixtures. I don't care what he has to say. But my problem with the Chris Brown discussion is that there are so many people responding to it in the most ignorant way possible. No, I'm just going to take this damn Uber because I actually have a 25% off. So I'm actually going to take this Uber. It's only like maybe $3. I'll just take the damn Uber because I am not waiting on this person to pick me up. Anyway, Chris Brown released his album last Friday, and on one of the songs there's a lyric that says, only wanna fuck with the black bitches with the nice hair. So of course a couple people were upset, and personally I don't think it was that big of a deal for me to be talking about this, and I certainly don't think it's such a big deal that people are talking about it for a week. People are upset about that line, and I don't understand why people are upset. I don't know why they are heartbroken by it. I don't understand why, because Chris Brown has shown himself to not give a fuck about black women. He's shown himself to be colors. He said colors things in the past. He has called women dark. He has called women burnt. He has called women tar baby. In 2012, he was arguing with a journalist because she pointed out that he was an abuser, and she criticized Rihanna for working with him after all that he's done to her, which I don't agree that she should have came for Rihanna. But Chris Brown responded by saying all the kids hated playing with you because when they turned off the lights playing hide and go seek, they couldn't find you. Or you're so dark that this is a joke that I don't get, because this isn't an insult at all. But he said that when they turn off the lights, the only way they can find you is if you smile, because dark-skinned people have good hygiene, I guess. They have nice white teeth. Like, these type of jokes don't make no damn sense. Like, a lot of these colors jokes be just enforcing that dark-skinned people have good hygiene or they have good glistening skin. Oh, you midnight and all that. Okay, midnight sky is beautiful. So I don't understand like these type of insults, and some of those insults are not as nice, but it don't make any sense when you try to joke on someone for having nice teeth. And speaking of which, Chris Brown compared wanting women with good hair or nice hair to men having fucked up teeth and women not wanting them. First of all, as someone who goes to the dentist a lot, as someone who has teeth that is actually considered ideal, we all know that in the dentist world, a lot of people are scammers. A lot of dentists are scammers, and dentists prey on people with teeth that aren't necessarily straight, or they may have a gap, or may not necessarily have the best hygiene. And these people are shamed. They are told that they don't have perfect teeth. There is no such thing as perfect teeth, first of all. So Chris Brown's comparison was stupid, because you're basically saying that people who have tightly coiled hair have fucked up hair, and you're saying that someone who doesn't have straight or white teeth or super white teeth has fucked up teeth. I mean, and my thing is, a lot of guys I know have crooked teeth. They wear braces, and I've had crushes on guys that had like small teeth and all of that. So I don't understand what Chris Brown was trying to get at by saying you wouldn't want to date a guy with fucked up teeth. First of all, you got a lisp, so you don't need to be talking about anybody's teeth or speech or whatnot. But I cannot understand why Chris Brown is getting defensive, because I know he's bothered by it. That's why I don't care what he has to say. I don't care about his dragging people or roasting us or calling us ugly booty face hoes, because I don't care. Because I know that he is hurt. I know that he is offended that not everybody kisses his high yellow ass. And it amuses me hearing Chris just come at people because they see right through his actions. They see right through his antics. Because a lot of Taurus men like to feel as if they can't do no wrong. They don't care about your feelings. If you are offended, they don't give a fuck, and it shows with Chris Brown and his flippant nature. So I just don't understand why people are trying to convince this man to be a good person, because he is not a good person. He doesn't care about any woman. He beat up Rihanna to the point that he nearly killed her. It's in the documents. We've shown fans this. We've told fans that he nearly stalked and killed Karrueche. Karrueche had a restraining order against him. He's threatened her boyfriends, her friends. Chris Brown is clearly a man who is a sociopath. He needs professional help. That doesn't mean I want him redeemed. I don't care about his redemption, but he is clearly someone who is in need of psychological help. And I just know that Chris Brown is just a terrible person. So for people to be upset because he said that he doesn't like black women with bad hair or this type of hair that I have now, just shows that you don't have any type of integrity or priorities. All you care about is whether a man finds you attractive or not, because you saw how he treated two light-skinned black women, one that is part Asian, biracial. You didn't care because you thought he was cute, and you thought that they probably did something to deserve that. So that was probably your internalized misogyny war. That was probably jealousy for you to not defend those women or to not stand up for those women when they were being threatened, when they were being stalked, and when they were nearly killed. Chris Brown is an abusive person. He's a terrible person. And yet here we are talking about him because he said that he didn't like our hair. Because he said, I only want to fuck the black bitches with the nice hair. I don't care. I heard the lyric. It wasn't that big of a deal to me. It sounded like he was probably just talking about, I only want to fuck with the black bitches that have, their hair done, and trying to be uplifting. But it failed, of course. But my thing is, this is not directed towards Chris Brown. This is directed towards people who are defending Chris Brown's comments. When people say things like, I only want to fuck black bitches with nice hair, they mean I don't usually date black women, because most black women have fucked up hair. They have nappy ass hair, and they're dark skinned, and they have like broad features, and I find that unattractive. However, if I do date a black woman, she gotta be light skinned with nice hair, curly hair down to your back, straight hair that's permed, and, you know, long and natural. Like, she got to have that type of hair. She can't have, you know, these nappy beady beads, okay? Because when he said, I only want to fuck the black bitches with the nice hair, he didn't mean this fucking hair, okay? He didn't mean this, okay? He meant people with hair that is loose textured. So it goes from wavy to tight tree curls. And these are the curls that you see Mariah Carey have in the 90s, that you see Jasmine Sanders, Jennifer Mess, Ella Mai. He's not talking about this hair. He doesn't care how well groomed your 4C hair is. He doesn't care how long your 4C hair is if it is not straightened or permed. All he cares about is the fact that it is kinky and it is a fucking fro. And you have people making viral threads saying, well, just because he says that I only want to fuck with the black bitches with the nice hair, that doesn't mean that he doesn't like 4C hair. He never mentioned anything about texture. For the 25 years of my life, whenever someone said good hair or nice hair, they were not talking about my hair. They were not talking about Miss Pamela Greer's hair in the 70s that y'all fetishize. Yeah, y'all fetishize this type of hair when y'all want to wear the wigs or the drawstrings and y'all want to have y'all's retro 1970s Black Panther parties, yes. But when it comes to actually appreciating this type of hair and dating people with this hair, or befriending people, or representing people, or hiring people for your modeling agencies with this type of hair, you don't give a fuck. So why all of a sudden, well, nice hair doesn't mean 4C hair. We don't have a problem with 4C hair. And a lot of people that retweeted these tweets about 4C hair talk shit about my hair all the time. Whenever I get into an argument with some bitch on Twitter, the first thing she talks about is how kinky my edges are. The fact that I don't have baby hairs that can lay and look like Saweetie's hair at the BET Awards. They talk shit about my hair all the time. When I first went natural, the first thing I was told by my friends was that I didn't have a good grade of hair. My biracial friend told me that I was light-skinned, but I had bad hair. She told me that for a light-skinned person, I had bad hair. And you're sitting here telling me that when Chris Brown, a light-skinned man who has proven to be colorist and abusive to black women, said, I only want to fuck with the black bitches with the nice hair, you think he meant this hair? No. I am sick of the gaslighting. Stop gaslighting people. Stop making people think that they are crazy. Stop making people think that the problem is them and that they are insecure, despite real life experiences showing them that people do not value them. They get discriminated against. They get abused. They get bullied because of the texture of their hair or the color of their skin. And these are things that affect little black girls and some black boys too. But Chris Brown apparently didn't mean what I know he meant. Stop the bullshit. You're full of shit. And it's an insult to my intelligence and someone who has gone through experiences where people literally talked about her hair, where people talked about her features, where people compared her to a monkey or a nigger and said I needed to bleach my skin because it wasn't as light as the other girls. And you're telling me that it's all in my head? And yet we are all the same age, because most people arguing this are like 18 or 25. And they all grew up in an era where they heard things like, ooh, girl, you got that good mixed Latina hair. Ooh, you got that waves. Ooh, girl, yeah, you got nice hair. So now everybody wants to pretend that they're not texturist, just because now we are holding them accountable for their colorism, for their texturism, and now there are consequences for that behavior. So now everybody wants to say, well, when I said good hair, sis, I didn't mean like your hair. I meant like the raggedy, nappy, fucked up edges type of hair. I didn't mean like 4C hair. Okay, then why don't you ever represent 4C hair? Because I never see guys uplift women with this type of hair. I never see guys talk to black women. Or, you know, I should say, when people say I like women with good hair, I never see them talk to women with this type of hair. I never see them talk to women with a twist style or type 4 hair. They always go for people like Mariah Carey or Ella Mai. And those are the examples I can make because I like these women. Jasmine Sanders, my homegirl, of course. I love Jasmine Sanders. That's why I'm always using her as an example, because she's actually a pretty mixed light-skinned girl. But that's the standard for y'all. You know, everybody don't look like that. We are all beautiful in our own way. My friend who has type 4 hair, and she has quote unquote nice hair that goes down all the way to her back, like the middle of her back when it's straightened. She was offended because as a black woman, she didn't like that. Just like when I hear men talk about dark-skinned women, as a black woman, I am offended. Because we all grow up hating ourselves. We hate our skin. We hate our hair. We have so much self-hatred in us. So then when we hear people talk about other black people, and we hear them talking about their hair or their skin color, we're sensitive to that. Black people are sensitive to things about their hair or their skin color that you seem to trivialize because you think, oh my God, you know, he doesn't like my hair. Oh my God, he doesn't like me because I'm thick and got a big booty. You think that it's some vapid thing. You act as if we're all these attractive black women who's upset because some man doesn't want to fuck us, when the truth is we are black women who grew up hearing things that we are ugly and worthless because of our skin and because of our hair.